I'm not sure if you can tell if they're flickering or not, but that's been going on for a little over an hour, hour and a half. And of course, there was a lady who was staying just a couple of car spaces down from me. And she's a pretty nice lady. She just likes to stay to herself. Um, I guess down here it's kind of a party spot for some youngins, and they're not happy about the police activity in the places they like to drink underage, so that's probably not a popular situation currently. Anyway, they're not like screaming or shouting or anything like that, but their lights have been on for over an hour, pointed right at my vehicle. And I don't want to be rude, you know, I mean, shit. For all I know, it's their town. They're locals. I don't know that for certain, though. What I do know is that I am not the bad guy in this situation, but somehow I probably end up being treated like I am. Oh, you just need to let them youngins have their fun. Well, okay, let the youngins have their fun. That usually results in underage pregnancies, but whatever, what do I know? Anyway, I'm one of them people who can put up with something and put up with something, but eventually something's got to give. And I'm not the guy who's going to back down from a fight that has to be fought. A lot of people had the opinion in their head that it's optional. No, not under these circumstances, it's not. Because it messes up your entire life. It destroys every part of your life. It destroys any opportunities that you had, any friendships that you had, and the right lie is all it takes. You tell the right lie, and all those people who claim to love you, sure, they'll love you on the side. They'll love you from a distance where people can't see you. Well, that's not love. One of the conversations that Natalie and I had after we became friends, or right as we were becoming friends, it's in our Facebook Messenger together, actually. She talks about how she had a dream that I turned into a guitar case because I was afraid of being seen with her. Like, no, she's a human being. It's not like she was some sort of a horrible monster that was out to destroy lives, but in the end, that's what she became. And for me, you know, having people that are actually dangerous, actually violent, who have a history of actual violence against people. And I'm not supposed to be afraid of these folks when they're threatening to kill me or threatening to kill my family. Now, me is one thing. I can handle that. But don't threaten my friends and family. That's fucked up. Now, I did threaten a lot of people. I seriously did. But what did I threaten? Court. I was illegally prevented from having any honest court dates, or even from going to court in most cases. But fuck it. You know, who cares? I'm not a human being, I'm just a filthy hobo. It's no biggie these cops keep on breaking the law when it comes to hobos, because hobos don't matter. And these officers, after all the money we spent training them for, what, 6 weeks? Oh, great. Oh. And half of that's training how to shoot people. Meanwhile, what do the cops do while people are getting shot? They stand outside, let it happen. That's the advice they give you in prison, too. Just let it happen. Yeah, we know you're supposed to come to us about it, but in reality, you need to just let it happen. and then they might tell you a story or two, or possibly, depending on the staff member, they might have some pictures that they saved of what happens when you turn an inmate down who has expectations. Pretty gruesome. I lost my damn cigarettes. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyway, I don't know. They're still here. They still haven't gone anywhere. Their lights are still on. Thank goodness it's not flickering anymore. Oh. So, this is my parking lot, I guess. Not literally mine, it's park and ride. There's Tumulum Lumber, that's a pretty cool place. Of course, I'd think it's a cool place. I like building things, and they happen to have supplies for, guess what? Building things. Oh. Now, if only somebody could invent something to find my cigarettes. Alright, apparently we got someone calling themselves, "You broke my Xbox." Trolling on here. Of course, this time of the day, what do you expect, right? I guess those folks didn't like the fact that I opened my door and pointed my fucking camera at them. Before pointing at a Tumulum Lumber. Sometimes that's all it takes. Observation. Trying not to be rude, trying to be passive. And being passive does not always work. Matter of fact, oftentimes being passive will result in other people getting aggressive. Because if you're passive, they take it as a weakness. And if you're weak, then they can take out all of their issues on you. Mostly because they're weak. And they've got people who prey on them. And instead of going after the people who prey on them, well, they go after whoever it's easiest for them to victimize. It's stupid. And it results in basically the homeless people becoming a class of victims. And then you say, oh, well, you're just playing victim. No, they're absolutely not. Trying to get a good night's fucking sleep when fucking some goddamn jackass has got his fucking goddamn lights on at 2 o'clock in the fucking goddamn morning, and he's there for over fucking 10 goddamn minutes. Yeah, that's gonna fucking piss a guy the motherfucker off. Holy shit. But I gotta maintain my calm. I gotta try to think of a way to take care of things and deal with things without it getting violent and without anybody getting shot and hopefully without anybody getting threatened. And fuck, you're putting an awful lot of fucking responsibility on me whenever you blame me for other people's fucking decisions. Or you say I chose it. You chose that lifestyle. Fuck you, bitch. Are you that fucking stupid? Are you? Seriously? You think I chose for my back to be fucked up? You think I chose for people to fucking assault me and slander me repeatedly? And then your excuses for doing fucked up shit to me is that slander. Like Jesus fucking goddamn Christ, why don't you look at the fucking evidence, dumbasses? Instead, here I am living in a fucking parking lot. I don't make enough money to fucking live on. There is no place in this state where I could actually afford to live on what I get in disability per fucking goddamn month. But I tell you what, I'm expected to do it. And then we got this person on here trolling some more. Holy shit, some people are fucking jackholes, ain't they? God bless America, right? Oh, being from Nebraska, I get to hear all sorts of that Jesus spiel bullshit. It's nuts. It's basically a bunch of people pretending that they believe in an imaginary creature that none of them actually believe in. If they actually believed in this creature as much as they halfway pretend to, shit, they'd be a lot better behaved. They'd lie a lot fucking less, and they would, instead of using the Almighty as an excuse to manipulate people, or as justification, or even as the means themselves to manipulate people. Well, shit, we got a problem there, don't we? Does that sound like very Christian or God-serving behavior? When you only believe in Jesus when it suits you? Well, I believe Jesus existed. I also believe he was a man, as in a male. I can understand the black Jesus thing for certain. Yeah, Jesus probably was not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed fucking white guy. He was a guy, though. I don't believe that he was the one and only Son of God. Jesus served mankind, and he used the Torah to do it. The Torah was his guide and his excuse for being good to humans. Isn't that crazy? Jesus served humankind. And in a roundabout way, I suppose he served his God by doing that. I suppose. Whether or not that God existed is arbitrary. What I care about is how he treated human beings. Mind you, he did chase people in church with a whip and flip over tables. Anyway, them jackasses who had their lights on left. Now we got somebody else who pulled over and they got their lights on. Right over there. But they're over on the interstates, or on the road to Mount Hood. I wonder what they're pulled over there for. Maybe just dropping somebody off, who knows. Meg was able to get a hold of me yesterday. I guess I gotta try to dig for some stuff in emails that I don't know why I don't have it. And I'm probably not making much sense right now because I'm half asleep. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Ain't no fun in games. So I guess now that those people finally shut their vehicle down and fucking left, I could try to get me some sleep. Better put out this cigarette because it's giving me the hiccups. It's gonna take a while to actually get to sleep because I'm pretty fucking perturbed at the moment. I am not happy with those guys being assholes. Now, I opened my door and I stared right at their vehicle more than once. someone calling themselves "You Broke My Xbox" is my troll for the night, so of course I'm taking screenshots. I noticed I had 3 viewers there for a couple of seconds. Boy, was that exciting. Anyway, I suppose I could show you my science project while you're here. Not that you care. I'm into ancient building and stuff, so here I got a... Man, I wish I had a better light. I've got a bunch of amber come off the trees. There's probably about a quarter of a cup worth. I don't know how to... There's quite a bit in there. Anyway, I'm gonna stick it in a metal container and heat it up, and it'll all melt down into a nice little paste. I'll be able to use some of it and run it off and let it dry out and use it as rosin for violin bows and stuff like that. And then the stuff that I don't use, the stuff that settles to the bottom and the stuff that's on the top, I got other uses for it. Like I can basically mix it up with some ashes and make a really good glue, which is pretty alright. This person typed apply for housing, dude. Yeah, I already have. You think you just apply for housing and magically you get in? Great idea. No, all of my money, I got disability money, right? But my disability money, all of my back disability money, all that payments, all of that money went to paying the goddamn courts for fucking me. It's expensive. And then people want to say, oh, get a job, get a job, get a job. Like it's simple. Like it's just that easy. Like magically my job. Or that my court dates will go. Like I had to make trips to Colorado, 3 of them per week at least for a while there. That's because I had 2 different places I had to go to court, and with each of those places I had to set up an appointment to go to my court date, but I also had to set up an appointment to meet with my public pretender, and then my public pretender repeatedly didn't show up. That sucked. And then there's my, I was supposed to meet with their investigator, and on multiple occasions, like, literally the investigators were 100% no-show. They never called and never showed up. I had to set up the appointments with the investigators through the public pretender's offices, and they'd tell me where to go and who I'm supposed to meet, and I would go there, and I would sit, and I would wait, and then I'd call the public pretender's office, who wouldn't fucking return their call or answer or anything like that, and it cost me a lot of money because, you know, the situation with all these places where I had court, it's all situations and places where people were abusive towards me over Natalie Bollinger. So I had to travel to somewhere where it was reasonably safe. A lot of people say, man, Chapel ain't the place for you. Shit, ain't nowhere the place for me after shit that I've been through. Chapel, Nebraska isn't any different from any of these other fucking shitholes. Now, I understand a lot of people's hatred. I understand that they have been directed and pointed in the direction of the homeless as their go-to for when they have a bad day, for when they have problems, for when they want somebody to just be passive-aggressive towards or just outright aggressive towards because they had a bad day. And this stuff isn't okay. It's not acceptable. But it happens anyway, doesn't it? So years later, I'm still fighting a battle that should have been done and over with a long fucking time ago. This is just stupid. Anyway, I suppose I had to end this video and maybe try to get to sleep. Maybe. Fuck it.